road to the Young Farmer Final, brought to you by FMG.
Well, this week the road to the Young Farmer Final heads to New Plymouth, the energy centre of New Zealand, where you can snow ski and water ski in the same day. This is great dairy country, and we've got representatives from Foxton, the Wanganui, Palmerston North and Central Taranaki. 8 contestants all vying to be the representative of Taranaki, Manawatu.
The road to the Young Farmer Final's quest is to find the best young farmers from 7 regions around New Zealand to compete at the ANZ Young Farmer Contest Grand Final in Christchurch. So far from the top of the South Island, Reuben Carter's the Tasman region's man. From the Otago Southland area, it's Wyndham's Dean Rabbich. And now it's the best of the best young farmers from the Taranaki Manawatu region. Our destination, New Plymouth, well known for hosting important international events like WOMAD and for being surrounded by rich dairy country. But for now, the focus is the regional final of the Young Farmer Contest, and it's an early start for our contestants testing their agribusiness nous.
So I'm Jaden Harvey and I'm 20 years old and I'm representing the Central Taranaki Young Farmers Club, and I'm just here to have a bit of fun and hopefully do better next year.
Craig Crampton here representing the Fitzherbert Young Farmers Club and here to give it my best shot and do well for them.
I'm Roger Detling from Central Taranaki Young Farmers Club. Here for the second time at regional level, so quietly confident, but we'll wait and see how we go.
I'm Cameron Black. I'm here representing Massey University Young Farmers Club, and I'm in it to win it.
I'm Fraser Laird from the Wanganui Young Farmers Club. Here to give it a good crack and first time competing, so yeah, give the other guys a good run for their money.
Yeah, I'm Pete Fitzherbert. I represent the Martin Club. I've probably collected enough bags and free shirts from the contest, so this year we better have a crack at it, eh?
With the brain matter warmed up, the contestants head outside for the fun stuff, the day's practical events.
Hi, I'm Liam Richardson from the Alton Club. I'm looking to do well today.
Yeah, my name's Brad Lewis. I'm representing the Opiki Club and here to give it my best and see if I can make the grand final.
20-year-old Jaden Harvey's first test is his knowledge of meat, and he's happy.
I'm just trying to identify each cut and yeah, the majority of them are going pretty good.
Jaden's a classic example of someone who's benefited from the clear-cut career pathways within the dairy sector in New Zealand.
I started as a farm assistant on 320 cows when I was 15. From there, in my second season, I moved to a 520 cow job as a farm assistant, where in my second season I progressed up to herd manager. I stayed in this role 3 years, and then from there I took up a managing job on 180 cows in Kaponga. I'm currently still in that position. It's just a 1-season job, and from here I moved to a 340 cow low water job in Ohanui, Otaranaki.
Former grand finalist Brad Lewis is also happy tinkering with machinery, and his fiancée Laura has some high expectations.
This is his second time in regionals, and last time he went through the grand final in Dunedin 2 years ago. Hopefully he gets through again.
Last time I entered, I had tickets booked overseas, so there was no pressure on myself. I didn't expect to come anywhere near top, but this time there's a fair bit of pressure. It is a lot more stressful.
There's still quite a bit going on with the meat challenge.
Hey, I'm Fraser Laird from the Wanganui Young Farmers Club. I just got to bone out a leg here and try not to chop a finger off. We've got deer at home. We have a velvet herd, which we're building up numbers for at the moment. Something majestic about deer, which is quite special. The old days, they used to sort of climb up the walls and be lucky to come out unscathed. Yeah, today they're pretty docile and calm.
Yeah, for this module, the Ravensdown module, we've just got to figure out what paddock we want to plant maize in, figure out our cropping options and what chemicals to use, and then we've got to explain to John our cultivation practices and techniques to plant that maize. I'm from a sheep and beef farm in Southland, and so brought up on a farm down there, and then I've been at Massey University for the last 3 years doing a Bachelor of Agricultural Science.
Stratford's Roger Detling's calculating the ages of some sheep.
Just checking how many teeth it's got. So this one's got 2 large teeth in the front, so that's a 2-tooth in the fore. So my fiancée Sam's here to support me today. We're getting married in a couple of weeks' time, so I've been busy preparing for that as well.
With the big day fast approaching, it'll be easy for the competition's preparation to take a back seat.
Roger and I have been going over some textbooks, and I've been quizzing them on a few things and different topics here and there to see, because we're not sure what's going to be happening.
Although Roger probably didn't prepare for this.
Spinning some yarn down there, and I think I was the best so far, but couldn't quite get a ball going, but we got it close.
Actually, I think I've still got one of the knitted jerseys that Mum made with a cow on the front at home somewhere.
27-year-old Foxton man Craig Crampton is about to make a box stay.
What they've got to do is shape the one end of the horizontal bar, which is this here. Shape one end and mortise it. This end here is to be cut in, 15 mils in, 75 mils from the top of the strainer.
As far as box stays go, I haven't had too much experience with them, but we'll give it a good nudge.
Grew up on East Coast, Mahi Peninsula, did my schooling years there, helped my dad farming at Raglan for a while, and then took to the dairying industry, and currently finding myself managing 1,200 cows around Foxton.
Pete Fitzherbert, he's over in the pasture feed module.
What we're doing here is pretty much working out the live weight of some calves, then working here on how long it'll take them to get to their target weight, and then working out what they'd yield if they were to kill out at 280 kilos. I think there's a way of estimating live weight by pretty much measuring their circumference and knowing their age, but I've never done it.
So this is Pete's 5th time in the regionals. He should know what he's doing by now, had a bit of practice.
Oh, experience counts for nothing some days. But you'd hope I've covered most of my bases, hopefully.
Down on the farm, life's pretty sweet for Martin's Pete.
The farm's about 1,600 acres, spread over 4 operations, mainly Romney sheep and Simmental cattle. I've got my own little Dorset Down stud there too. We got plenty of grass, stock of fat. Yeah, there's nothing really to complain about this year.
Now back at the meat station to catch up with 24-year-old Liam Richardson.
At the moment I'm identifying the cuts of lamb or beef. Just a bit harder than anticipated at the moment.
It's Liam's first time at a regional and he's not really sure what to expect.
Yeah, I've not really studied up too much on the modules, but the head-to-heads will be a good challenge. It's when you're competing against others, so that'll be a good pressure tester there.
As it happens, the head-to-head is about to begin. But before that, let's check out the scoreboard. And current champ Brad Lewis has a handy 8-point lead, but it's tight for 2nd and 3rd. This time, contestants must make a 3D depiction of the ANZ logo using a log of wood and a chainsaw. Not everyone will be taking these home for garden sculptures, I suggest. Interpretations differ considerably, and winning entry really depends on your point of view. In the end, the contestants are constrained by time, and Pete Fitzherbert maximises his points by finishing first.
Oh, it's always a race between taking your time and doing it properly, eh?
The road to the Young Farmer Final continues in just a moment with some unlikely agri-sports and a very tight finish. The road to the Young Farmer Final continues in New Plymouth, where the main street is rumbling with classic cars. Meanwhile, at the Yarrow Stadium, the Taranaki Manawatu Young Farmer Regional Final continues to sift out a national finalist. So far, they've tested their agribusiness knowledge and their agri-skills, and the agricultural decathlon will round out the practical challenges. The agri-sports begin, and it's back into the chainsaws as they slice 2 wedges off a log. Pete Fitzherbert is the first to make a dash to wind up the electric fence. Next stop is to fix a float to a water trough and assemble a teat sprayer. Roger Detling takes the lead as he stashes his teat sprayer and moves on to the egg sorting. It's egg sorting with a twist. Once they've classified the eggs, they have to pick the boiled egg and test it on their head. Finding the boiled egg is easier for some than for others. It's called egg on your face. These young farmers are surprisingly skilled with the knitting needles. Let's face it, there's really no way for a grown man to look remotely cool while sucking on a baby's bottle. So Pete Fitzherbert makes the most of it and has a bit of a lie down.
The next task was arguably the toughest physical test, rolling up a drain coil. It's like rolling up a giant extension cord or hose, and we all know how tricky that can be. Pardon the pun, but this is a particularly draining exercise as these coils are bulky, heavy and blimmin' awkward to handle. Wrapping a hay bale would seem par for the course, but like wrapping a Christmas present, it can be fiddly. Roger gets on with wrapping his bale, and the other boys are not far behind. With the bailage wrapped up, they jump on the quad bikes and have to weave their way through the pigtail fence posts to the finish. Now leader Roger does a little drifting as he heads there.
And got a piece of horse. Yeah, the first across the line, Roger Detling.
Well, other than the knitting, I did as best I can on everything and just got through as quick as I can to put the pressure on.
At the end of the agri-sports, Brad Lewis is still in the lead, with Roger Detling not far behind him, having just taken out the Silverfern Farms Agri-sports Challenge. But it's not over yet, and the quiz night can change everything.
Just ready to go. Yeah. Pretty excited, yeah.
So just see what happens and yeah, may the best man win.
With the audience in the mood for a good contest, the questions begin.
What is the recommended shaft speed of a 6-spline Brad Lewis?
540.
540 RPM is correct. What date is Anzac Day? Pete Fitzherbert.
25th of April.
Correct. In the standard phonetic alphabet, what is the letter F represent? Pete Fitzherbert.
Foxtrot.
Foxtrot is correct. What type of wool comes from the brisket of sheep? That is Pete Fitzherbert.
Frib.
Frib wool is correct.
Only the top 4 remain in the competition now, and it's on to the speech round.
Stop listening to your stock agent and start talking to the meat company.
Agriculture is not the only industry in New Zealand to have issues with staffing.
Generation Y, we are different. Deal with it, understand us.
Dairy industry has to get away from the long hours and rosters that lead to an unattainable work-life balance.
What is the common name for heterosis? Pete Fitzherbert.
Hybrid vigour.
That is correct for 2.
Pete's preparation for the night show is paying off, and it's starting to look as though he might actually take out the whole competition.
Pete Fitzherbert.
Mercury.
Is correct for 2. What is the Feeks scale? Pete Fitzherbert.
Measures cereal growth stages.
I'll go to our judge stage. Yeah, I will accept that. Growth stages of wheat or cereals. Congratulations for 2. Pivot, lateral and gun, Brad Lewis.
Irrigation.
With a competition this close, every answer is scrutinised, and the audience, they're on the edge of their seats.
And I've got the answer is irrigator. The contestant has said irrigation. Quiet, please. It is up to our judges. They've given it to you, 2 points. Well done. What is the largest planet in our solar system? Brad Lewis.
Jupiter.
Jupiter is correct. The Governor General of New Zealand, Pete Fitzherbert.
Sir Jerry Mataparai.
That is correct for 2. How many stars are on the Australian? Liam Richardson.
6.
6 is correct. 2020 is associated with what sports? Pete Fitzherbert.
Cricket.
Cricket for 2. Congratulations, competitors.
At the close of the final round, there's no clear winner, and there's great anticipation as the judges count up all the scores. But it's the reigning champ who does it again. Brad wins.
Brad Lewis. Well done.
Extremely exciting, nail-biting stuff, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, mate. You don't realise how much you wanted until you're standing up there, you know.
Someone's got to come second, eh? And I'm glad he had to go for it a bit.
Join us after the break as we try and keep up with Brad Lewis down on the farm in Horowhenua.